Hey everyone, what's the best way to revise your first draft? That's the subject of this video, which details step number 3 in the getting to the publishable point process. Step number 1 was to figure out whether you need to do research before you get started actually writing. Step number 2 was to complete a first draft. Both of those videos are available by simply clicking on the link below in the description, then choosing the appropriate link in the transcript provided. But for those of you who have followed so far, or who are wondering on your own what's the best way to revise your first draft, here's the secret to step number 3. Stop being a writer and start being a reader. Simple as that. Okay, not quite so simple, but that really does sum it up quite nicely. When you complete a first draft, you are oh so proud of your accomplishment, as well you should be. You put a lot of time, effort, and emotion into it after all. Yet a first draft is never a final draft. Never, ever, ever. So there's still a ways to go before it gets to the publishing point. No true work of art is ever completed without stepping back and setting the artistic ego aside. That means we writers have to tell our creative selves a fond TTFN, ta-ta for now, and become much more closely attached to our inner critics for a little while. We're now readers and we want a great story, or else. First drafts are, quite simply put, just not great stories. They're bound to feature at least some, if not all, of the following issues: plot points that don't connect very well, characters that don't properly work in or through or with a story, dialogue that's trite, unnecessary, unnatural, or outright embarrassing, setting details that are unnecessary or underdeveloped, sentence structure that doesn't flow well, missing words, words that should be missing, awkward narrative aspects, etc., etc., etc. Hopefully, you get the point there. To identify those problem points, just start reading over your first draft. Start with the beginning and end with the end, stopping anywhere in between whenever your inner reader goes, huh, or ew, or some such thing. In those cases, and there might be a lot of them, particularly if you're new to the first draft editing process, don't worry, that's not a sign that you're a horrible writer or will never make it. It's just the way it goes sometimes. Regardless, don't let your inner writer take over. You'll be doing yourself and your future outside audience a disfavor if you try to justify leaving those areas as is. Let your inner reader hold that ego back a while your inner editor fixes the problem. Then move on to the next sentence or section. This is a marathon, not a sprint. I know that's a cliche, but it is totally true here. So don't expect to appropriately read the whole manuscript over in a day, a weekend, or even a week. More than likely, it's going to take you a month at least. With that in mind, stay properly hydrated, take regular breaks, and work hard to make your inner writer pipe down. This is the most consistently effective answer to the question of what's the best way to revise your first draft, at least as far as I've found so far. If you have a better idea, leave a comment below. And regardless, I hope you have a great week and I'll see you next Monday. All right, bye guys.